CCX Sports presents coverage of high school boys lacrosse. Tonight, a Northwest Suburban Conference matchup between rivals Anoka and Champlin Park. Beautiful Friday night at Champlin Park High School. John Jacobson along with Dan Ficken. Dan, the first week of the season, Anoka comes in with high expectations for the season. State tournament team a year ago, and they look good in their opener against White Bear Lake.
Yeah, they sure did. They're playing like a tournament team that they were last year, 15-3 last year overall with the consolation game in the state tournament. A lot of people coming back from that team, including most of their goaltender and their leading scorer. So they have some high expectations here, and of course they're walking into a stadium not only inter-league but inter-district. So.
Champlin Park 1-1 on the year. They won their first game against Tugino Grace, lost their second game against Spring Lake Park, and a little bit younger team, maybe less experienced than Anoka, but they're certainly up for the playing their rival from Anoka.
Well, and the rivalry, I think, will help build on it and stuff. They had a little bit of a rough year last year at 5-9 regular season, but, you know, they're building and they're looking to add some things. And the philosophy basically is let's be better at the end of the year when we go into playoffs than we are now. So they're going to take it a bit at a time. They got some things to work on, but, you know, it's been a good rivalry, and they've had a good program for a number of years. So I would expect a pretty good game here.
State tournament appearances for the Rebels program back in 2013 and 2014. Anoka making their first last year in 2016. So for Champlin Park, definitely the underdog tonight. What has to go well for them early in this one?
Well, first of all, turnovers. They can't be turning the ball over, and value their possessions. Don't run down the field and just try to get a score right away. Get it set up, work some time off the clock, especially against a powerhouse like Anoka, and take your time and find where the holes are. And then you can start picking your spots. They would prefer a low-scoring game versus a high-scoring game against this Anoka team.
We'll take time out and come back with the start of this one. Champlin Park, Anoka, high school boys lacrosse, coming your way next here on CCX.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
What a great night for lacrosse tonight. Champlin Park High School, the site, as the Anoka Tornadoes come to town to take on the Champlin Park Rebels here in Brooklyn Park. And a great night for a game. And you can see as the Rebels are being introduced, Dan, we pull a little bit wider from that, the mud that is on the sideline or on the side where both of these teams are during the game. You can see in the foreground of your screen there. That was all water here Wednesday night when Champlin Park's girls team played, and even as we went down there before the game, it's still quite soft and muddy down there in that area.
Yeah, it really is.
And the field in general is quite soft.
The one thing you look at as a lacrosse coach or a lacrosse team is if you have a grass field, you hope that you get good weather at the beginning of the season because it really chews your field up big time. It makes it very lumpy and sparse, and the balls don't bounce quite true, etc. And you can see all that in the middle there. I mean, where the face-off is too. So kind of unfortunate, but that's what you're given. So you got to get out there and play with what you got.
Champlin Park opened with a 13-4 win Monday against Tugino Grace, and then the 10-5 loss that we talked about in the pregame at Spring Lake Park on Wednesday. Their next game comes up at Andover on Monday, and then they'll host Blaine here next Wednesday, the 26th. For the Anoka Tornadoes, 1-0, just the one game against White Bear Lake, 13-6 win. And then they'll have another conference game Monday. It'll be their home opener against Anoka. And next Wednesday, they are at Elk River. We are ready to go. Anoka in the maroon and Champlin Park in the navy and silver. And first possession of the game goes to Champlin Park. Solveig knocked off the ball, but then picked up by Samuel Lee. Lead number 10 with it for the Rebels. They try to set up this first attack. Zach Wigman get a good check on for Anoka. And possession now for Wigman and Anoka as they look to set up Dan in the offensive zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, they're going to try and find a hole. They want to get up real quick. They want to put about 3 or 4 goals in before, Champlin Parks even woke up.
Ollie Nye's a great score for them, and he shows it here in the opening minute of play, ripping one low and into the net. And then Nye, the senior midfielder, scores to get the Tornadoes on the board just 40 seconds in.
Well, good shot, It's a high-low, bounces it, gets it in between. I think he got the 5-hole there inside on Champlin Park, and they accomplished their first goal. They got possession of the ball, turned it around, and got a score in their first possession inside the Champlin Park box. So they're off to their game plan right now. Champlin Park's going to have to figure out a way to squeeze it off. Now, if they win this face-off, Champlin Park, you want to see them get it in possession and take it inside the Anoka zone and possess it for a while and slow this Tornado team down.
The Tornadoes get quick possession again. Another shot away, and that one just going wide off the shot from Cole Kawakowski. In goal tonight for the Champlin Park Rebels is Cody Iserman. He's a sophomore, wearing number 1. Tornadoes still with possession here, even after the missed shot. Luke Billahus with the number 14. He gets a shot that bounces wide. And it's still Anoka possession. Preston Olson, who had 5 goals on Wednesday, will put it back into play for the Tornadoes.
He was their leading scorer last year at 55 points total last year, and he got off to a really good start in the first game, 5 goals.
Chandler Forrester turns and fires, and the save made by Iserman. Another shot out front, and that's in the back of the net for a goal. Jack Savini, a junior attack, and it's quickly 2-0 Anoka.
Yeah, averaging 13 goals. You said I missed one here, but then they'll get picked up and then just rip it. Again, high-low shot, bounced, and went in and got it on top of right away. They're just letting the Tornadoes walk through that front part. They really got to start getting some bodies and so taking those long sticks and getting them on the hands to restrict those shots. Give their goalie a little bit of a break. He's kind of hung out to dry here in the first 2 goals.
So 2 goals for Anoka in the first minute 21 here of the first quarter. And winning is Zach Wigman, wins the draw. And possession again here for Anoka. He'll fire a shot and in. Just under the crossbar and in. How about that by Zach Wigman? What a great effort. Dan, that was a terrific shot, too. Look at
That's
this.
called a howitzer, John. They just let him wind up and rip it. And, we were talking about the long sticks. You got to get your stick on their hands. You can't let them wind up like that. And he just ripped it, just a clean beat. And I'd imagine, 3 goals on 4 shots. I mean, they're getting what they want. I'm thinking maybe there might be a goaltender change here pretty quick because they're really putting the heat on. This is what Anoka does. I mean, that's what got them going last year, too. Averaging 13 goals a game. They can put the ball in the net, no question about it.
They finished 6th at the state tournament last year, 16-3 overall record. 2 of their 3 losses coming at state.
We got to push from behind without possession, so Champlin Park takes possession of the ball. Now, here we go. We got to get them set up inside the attack zone. Now they need to hold the ball a little bit here. So see if they can get it set up and start moving it around, find a hole in that Anoka defense and get one on the board.
Joshua Link with it. They work it around the perimeter, now back behind the net. Jack Denzer with it. He's number 16. Out high, we get a whistle.
And we got a penalty on the Tornadoes here.
Let's look at Matthew Jordan, who's the goalie for Anoka. Junior goalie tonight.
Got an offside call on the Anoka Tornadoes.
Preston Olson serving the penalty. It was one thing that hurt Champlin Park. They said the other night was a lot of penalties, especially in the third quarter in that game against Spring Lake Park, and one thing they have to avoid this evening tonight against Anoka. So let's see what they can do with this possession. Shot goes wide from Nick Feldstein.
Nick Feldstein with a nice move there, a little dipsy doodle, get down underneath, faking the shot, and he got a good one off, just didn't hit the net.
Denzer to Zach Sauve. Going to get it back to Denzer. And still Champlin Park possession here.
That ball must have been tipped on that pass, otherwise it would have been turned out.
Ball tip.
So far, though, John, Champlin's doing a good job of possessing it. They're not doing the turnovers that we heard that there was a problem with in the last couple games.
Anoka's back at full strength here. That pass missed Sauve's stick. And whack at it out of midfield, trying to pick it up is Bukowski, and good check by Thomas Hall, knocking probably Nye off the ball, and then another return check, and boy, Hall really took the worst of that one. Now possession for Champlin Park, back deep in their own end. They get it into the cross of Iserman, and he'll look to set things up here for the Rebels.
Boy, I was surprised. I was surprised I didn't see a flag go on that one. That was a little bit over. They tend to call penalties, John, physically on the intensity of the physical hit rather than the hit itself. We can hear the crowd kind of getting upset about that.
There was Hall.
Oh, and that was from
Hall
behind.
Took a big hit there from Samuel Heinrichs. On the rush, and a shot and a goal, the second of the night for Nye. And it's 4-0 Anoka.
Boy, everything's pretty much coming from the right side, too, John. You might think from the left side, the goalies, some being the goalie's eyes, but everything's on the right side, and they're just ripping it. And Champlin D isn't getting their body on it. You know, get your stick on the hands and then roll up into the body and stop them from winding up. They're just really winding up on them.
And Champlin Park using a timeout here with 8:23 to play here in the first quarter, and Anoka already up 4-0. So look at Brad Sundom, his 6th year as head coach of Anoka Lacrosse. They've won 16 games a year ago, beat Champlin Park when these teams met head-to-head 12-6.
Done a remarkable job of the program there.
He's an 07 graduate of Anoka, and Ben Blazer, 2008 graduate, here from Champlin Park, head coach of the Rebels. He's got 2 of his brothers that coach with him. Andy and Matt are both on his staff. That's kind of fun. And he's coaching Minnesota Duluth lacrosse at the same time as coaching Champlin Park. I don't know how he does it.
I think he likes to coach, though. I'll tell you, John, it's a lot of fun. He just had a smile on his face. He likes it. We talked about it. He's got a baby on the way, him and his wife, so he said that probably won't last too much longer, but he's getting out there and contributing. So
got a game up in Duluth tomorrow, he said.
The Bison of North Dakota State are coming into Duluth. All right, now we'll see if Coach Blazer's kind of settled these guys down. Got their heads back into it and see if they can stop this bleeding right now with a 4-0 deficit.
Wigman and Roberts here on the face-off after the Champlin Park timeout. Yeah, it's Roberts winning it this time, then lost it. Bukowski got it, and here come the Tornadoes on the run again. Pass to the middle to Savini, who's got a goal tonight. Now they'll settle down the attack out to Olsen and back out high to Billahus. And the cross of Judson Abler. Shot here is whistled wide on the stick of Forrester.
You think the Tornadoes got a little confidence in shooting on that Champlin net right now? Well, they're letting it fly from everywhere.
Here's Olsen from behind the net, goes back out high with the pass. Bounced and stopped by Iserman, able to stop the shot there from Billahus.
That might help the old confidence there. Got a high-low shot that bounced, and he got it in the basket. And
Billahus trying to connect on the pass, but missed off of Joey Folds sticking out. It's back over to Anoka. Billahus will put it in play here for the Tornadoes. Nice little dodge there. Gets around another player.
Wow.
And here we go. Off to his right to Forster. Back to Billahus. Trying to spin inside of Disrude. Connor Disrude defending him there. Number 11 for Champlin Park. Left side it goes to Savini out in front. In traffic. And Olsen drew a whistle. And this is going to go over to Champlin Park.
That's right. Well, the X came out from behind in the back of the net, so the closest person to the ball on that shot was a Champlin Park person or player. It's imperative here for the Rebels to keep this possession, get it in the right place, and don't give it up. And there we go.
Iserman's pass too high. And Anoka has it again. Joshua Larson and a pass across and a shot in the goal.
Whoa.
Chandler Forster, the senior attack, with his first tonight.
You can see the good setup here, and Forster in the wing attack just comes up and just gets a ring, just a rip from a low-high viewpoint up into the left-hand corner there. Just ripped it hard and saw the opening and got the opportunity. He got a little too open again, and nobody was pushing on him. So if you give them enough room, they're just going to keep taking the shots. And right now, boy, those floodgates are still open. All right, we'll see if Champlin now can get a possession on this faceoff.
Wigman battling Fort, and Anoka ends up with it. Pass a little bit too high there. But controlled nicely on the sideline. Savini keeping possession for Anoka, then lost it. And it's back over to Champlin Park on a turnover for the Tornadoes.
And Savini tried a nice little, fake the pass move and tried to dodge out, but it came out of his basket and dropped out of bounds. Rare turnover for the Tornadoes.
Not much going for Matthew Jordan at his end of the field so far. Iserman working his way upfield. His pass knocked away. Ball picked up by Nye. Nye across. It's Ryan West, number 1. Back out to Nye. I think he was going to wind up now. We'll back out a few yards and reset.
Set up a dodge and see what he can pull. As soon as that slide comes over to him, well, I guess he's going to stay out and we're going to work it around. You're working out of a standard 2-3-1 set, pretty basic.
Wigman back out high to Nye. Forster. His shot away, bounces wide of the Rebels' net. Possession still for Champlin Park.
Good play by number 9, Cole Peterson there. He got that stick on the hands and really distorted that shot before he could really get it off and hit the net with it. Now that's what they got to do. They got to step up and get aggressive on getting that stick on the hands and stopping Anoka from really ripping it.
Nye falls down. All right, he in his traction again here. Rebels can't take advantage though, and it'll be chased down by Forrester.
You think that chewed up turf's having anything to do with that, John?
No doubt. Forster's pass a little bit behind West, but missed. Nye comes across, trying to gain control, and does. Working against Connor Hammer, Capitan of Champlin Park.
I like the way he brought the hammer there now. They're getting a little more aggressive. He got that stick down hard on the Anoka stick and got aggressive with him. Didn't let him get comfortable setting up.
Another timeout here in the first quarter with 4 minutes, 45 seconds to play. And as we talked to Ben Blaze, we touched on it in the pregame. He's like, I'm not so concerned right now about wins and losses. It's improving, trying to get better. like any coach would say, is you build toward you always want to get better toward the end of the season, but he's really wanted to see improvement in his guys and his team as we get into the season here in the next month.
Yeah, he did, and of course any coach will agree with that particular assessment. That's obviously the goal, but right now I think he's got to be a little concerned. They're flat right now. I mean, their defense finally started to pick up a little more aggressiveness, but took 5 goals to get him going. So I think he's pretty disappointed in that. And he didn't mention that too much in the pregame, and he'd been satisfied some with the progress they'd made, but they beat a Totino Grace team that really is probably not very good. They beat a Spring Lake, or they lost to a Spring Lake Park team that probably is pretty good. But this team, this Anoka Tornado team, is a very good team. Probably elite in the state right now. It's not showing in the ratings yet, but if this keeps up, it will.
All but 4 players back for Anoka from their state tournament team a year ago.
I don't think there's going to be much of a downswing there.
No.
All right, we'll see if the Rebels can stay aggressive on defense now, especially their long poles.
Villahus, cross to Savini, curling around in front, a shot, a good stop made by Iserman as Olsen came around and fired it on net.
Really a nice play there. The X coming out from behind. It's just a great standard play, and Olsen knows what to do. He's a good attack.
Pass in front, and this one skipped wide by Villahus. To stay with the Tornadoes, Olsen will put it back into play. Olsen to Savini. Back out high comes to Villahus. Forrester. Nice pass. Savini looked like he was going to wind up and shoot, but then drop the ball. Has to reset out front. Takes the pass from Villahus, who gets it back. Forrester winds and scores. Chandler Forrester has scored the last 2 goals. Nice patience there by Anoka, and it's rewarded in another goal.
Boy, that right wing attack, I'll tell you what, they got it going right now. They just are rifling it. Nobody coming out on his hands and distorting a shot here. And when he gets a clean look and putting everything he has in it, it's really tough for a goalie to make a stop there.
Now 6-0 Anoka.
Oh, you're talking to Coach Blazer, too. He said in the Spring Lake Park game they had a bit of an issue. They're only about 7 minutes in the whole third quarter inside the opposing team's box, and I'd be surprised if they had even close to that amount of time so far in Anoka's box.
Folds with it back behind the Anoka net. Champlin Park trying to work some offense here. Had one sequence when Anoka was man down, they had some possession, but really no shots yet against Matthew Jordan at all. Joshua Link with it. He's number 12 for the Rebels.
Just a lot of standing around. They're not moving around.
Getting it back for Folds. And behind the net to Denzer. Here comes Denzer from back behind the net. Gets the pass. Shot gets blocked. Folds shot blocked. And Jordan releases the outlet, but it's picked off by the Rebels. Turning and firing a shot just wide was Nick Feldstein. And a pretty good look at it, but missed Jordan and the Anoka net wide to the left.
Well, good turnover and attack there. Turned it good, and that's the right thing to do. And he was there. Feldstein, great getting that shot off. What the heck?
Cole Peterson. Now it's Feldstein with it. Took a hard hit there from Wigman. Look at that again.
Hey, Kuda. Hey, share on that. You know that you're not hot on that. You don't help with that Jason there.
So Feldman will go out.
Yeah, it was definitely about the cross check that he did. He came in behind. on that and pushed him down. So the Rebels got another man out now. See if they can make some hay of it.
Save with the pass to the side of the net. Takes the pass back. Left side they go, working his way in. Shooting and scoring. It's a goal for Nick Feldstein. And Champlin Park is on the board.
Good shot, good move here. He's showing some good moves. Good fake and then deep dip in here, and he gets inside and rips it into the corner there. Just a good shot by Feldstein. Boy, that was good. They need to get that goose egg off that scoreboard, and that was a good. And John, they showed a lot of patience there. Just what Coach Blazier was talking about before the game started. They moved it around a lot, took some openings, kept retention of the ball, and didn't turn it over either. Well played by the Rebels.
Draw one by Wigman, got it back to Wesp. And here's Ryan Wesp with the shot, bouncing it, stopped by Iserman. Rebels trying to get possession. Lee really battling for it, and knocked off the ball by Olsen. Those two guys go after it. Olsen has it again. Olsen now for Anoka, gets the pass out. Wesp, nice little dodge move in. Missed the net on the shot. Stay with Anoka. Preston Olsen right back into play. Forster's got a couple of goals to Wesp in front, and Iserman has it for Champlin Park.
Now, Anoka's doing a really, really good job here covering on this breakout. The goalies just go. Just go.
Good pass.
All right.
To Cole Peterson. Peterson on the run for the Rebels. Tops gives it up to Denzer. Feldstein had a goal a few minutes ago. Takes the pass back from Folds. And we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Losing it and having to chase it down. Jacob Scheinhaus, but got it back for the Rebels. And missed on that pass. And the play will go over to Anoka. Turnover for Champlin Park as Folds couldn't quite track that one down. So Jordan from his goal will put it back into play. Gets the pass ahead to Billahus. Bounces off a check from Peterson. Here comes Billahus, still with it. A little shovel pass. It's Wigman. Back across. Nye wasn't ready for, wasn't looking at it, and went past him, but nobody there for Champlin Park to take advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Forster with it. Back to Nye and scoots that one wide. Stays with Anoka. Just a couple of seconds left. We'll have to hurry. Olsen in front. Shot away, and it goes wide as the first quarter comes to an end. Anoka scoring 3 times in the first minute and a half. They have jumped on Champlin Park here. It's 6-1 Tornadoes at the end of the first quarter. We're back with more Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Lacrosse on CCX after this.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Nice Friday night, but maybe still a blanket required here at Champlin Park. Sun out. Rebels hoping for a better second quarter, especially the first start. That was a tough way to go down 3-0 in the first 90 seconds of play.
Yeah, kind of a shock situation, but this is what the Tornadoes do. That's the way they operate. Their goal, they did it against White Bear Lake in their victory too. They got them down early and quick, and they just keep the pedal on. And Rebels got to fight back now. They got to start getting aggressive on defense and start getting some big uglies and nasties out there, and taking that ball away from Anoka. Make them feel uncomfortable anyway, and see if they can cough up some turnovers out of the Tornado midfielders and attacks. So see if they make that adjustment.
Here's Wigman and Roberts on the face-off. And controlled by Anoka. Wesp has it. Wesp will stop, give it back to to Nye, rather. And the Tornadoes will set up shop. Nye with 2 goals in the first quarter. Now goes back behind the net to Olsen. Back out high to Nye. Savini turns and fires and scores.
Boy, I found a hole smack in the middle of that Champlin defense. You can see him scoot over. Watch the pass right in here. Beautiful. Almost a switcheroo with 2 Anoka players standing, and they one went one direction, one went the other. And all of a sudden, Savini's got the ball. That's perfect position. If you miss there, you almost got to be trying to miss. Boy, what a nice setup, too. And I like the way Olsen's playing the X back there for the Tornadoes, too. He's in the first quarter, he established himself as a threat by coming around the front and taking some shots. And now when he comes out, they've got to pay attention and put somebody on him, which takes the person away from the front of the net. And that was, I think, part of what we saw. Critical for the Rebels to start winning some faceoffs here.
And here's Wesp after another faceoff win for Anoka. Wesp stops and gives it back to Nye. Ollie Nye, 2 goals and an assist now, to his credit. Shot by Wigman, partially blocked, and the play out, and it'll stay with Anoka. Olsen will put it back into play.
It's amazing what happens when you get a stick on the hands there, John. You can see an able demonstration of what happens.
Connor Disrud coming back in here for Champlin Park. Now we're ready to go. Olsen will spins again. Missed on the pass, trying to hit it to Ryan Wesp, and Nye will chase it down near midfield. Reset it here for the Tornadoes. Trying to get the work out in front. It's missed out of play, and it'll be Olsen again. Pick it up. And a timeout here taken by Anoka early in the second quarter.
Well, in that last situation, we can see a little bit about some of the confusion that's going on in the Champlin Park defense. What you want to do in a dodge situation, if a guy starts breaking away, you need to bring a second D into play to block his momentum or stop his forward motion, or at least force him farther outside. And that slide's got to come quick, and everybody's got to move over too. Because if I switch my guy, somebody's got to switch onto your guy, et cetera, and move it through like that. And it's called an adjacent slide. And that was very slow in coming, and that's when Anoka gets comfortable. They know the slide's going to be slow. They have plenty of time to make a move, either break in between or make a pass to an open guy coming through, because that slide didn't come through hard. It hesitated. Now they're halfway in between, and the guy's going to be left open. So see if they can cure that. I think that's one of the reasons it's a good opportunity for a timeout, especially for the Rebels. They can talk about that. You can see they're emphasizing here in an aggressive manner that, boys, come on now. Let's get those slides down, eh? See the crowd here at Champlin Park. Really nice night out, John. And we got blessed with a really good one. No rain, no snow. I remember a few nights I was standing down in that field when it was snowing. Oh.
Was that here or was that at Maple Grove? I remember doing a game in the snow with you. That's a couple years ago.
Well, we had one at each. I think it was here with you and then at Jay over at Maple Grove. I started having a fond affection for press boxes here.
Well, we're ready to play after the Anoka timeout.
Hey, Rude! Hey, only when it's called, okay? Just keep working.
Even when you're the winning side, and your coach Brad Sundeb, you want to make sure your team's playing well. That you got a nice lead, but you're not going to let them slide on their technique. And early in the season, you work on these plays to set up scoring opportunities. Because maybe you don't need them tonight, but you need them somewhere down the road.
That could be in maybe a little bit. I tell you what, I have seen 6-7 goal leads evaporate real quick in lacrosse. There isn't a sign of that happening right now, but it can. And if you get lackadaisical and think you got it, all of a sudden you're going to be about, have the gap closed real quick. And then you got to gain the momentum back.
Preston Olson on the pass to Forrester. Missed completely, too high to Nye. And it's over to Champlin Park. Now here come the Rebels. On the run, Denzer. And he'll set up back behind the Anoka net. Denzer turning. And releases the pass to Disrude. Back in front. Oh, and Folds kind of knocked off the play there and results in a turnover.
And there you see a great example of slide. And in fact, 2 slides came at him. All of a sudden, he had 3 guys all over him. They were quick. They were aggressive. Nice play by the Tornadoes.
Nye almost didn't hear or see Hall coming from behind him. Able to keep possession. Now comes back to Nye. Fires it high. Out of play. They'll stay with Anoka as Olson will put it in play.
You could hear the Anoka coach going, we can work it, we can work it. So they're going to keep working it around.
Here we go.
I would imagine, John, there's some plays they're going to start working on right now, too, that they haven't been able to see. Oh, that's a beauty.
And the Wigman lost it. And picked up by Champlin Park. Sauve on the run for the Rebels. Stops, pass across. Feldstein, who has the only goal tonight, in front of shot and a goal. Billy Folds will get the goal to make it 7-2.
Nicely played, and Folds caught it and got in, but nicely. Look at this now. He got to go one way, and he brought it back. And look at it. He's all by himself. The Anoka defense, they had slid too far, over-aggressive there, especially in the middle, and Folds got it all by himself and just got an open shot at the goalie and put it away. And on another Anoka turnover, John. That's 2 in a row, and this is one they capitalize on. They can keep doing this. They don't have to win faceoffs.
Wigman able to pull it back to Wesp. And they'll move it ahead here for the Tornadoes. Back it comes off of Abler. Anoka get their personnel set. Billahus has possession. Nice pass to the middle of Savini. Great setup. Forrester waiting for the cutter. Savini to come across. He's got his 3rd tonight. And it's 8-2.
Boy, he's just got nice movement into holes, doesn't he? He just finds those lanes, Savini does. He's coming through here just beautifully. All by himself, gets separation, and just rips the shot in there. Nice play. You can see it coming through. Just pretty.
So just 28 seconds after the goal for Champlin Park, Anoka able to answer. Clean face-off win for Wigman. A little high on the pass this time to Savini, but Olson unable to track it down. Across to Forrester. Gante go to to Billahus. Billahus now gets it to Abler. His shot is in for a goal.
Wow.
Judson Abler, the senior midfielder, and another goal. That's the first tonight for Abler. A good assist to Billahus, and a good job by Abler. The defender right on him, able to muscle that one in.
Well, you can see what they were doing, John. Now they've been coming off the right side in the first quarter. Now they're working that middle again. They're finding openings there. And they almost put what we call a 2-3-1 invert, where the one is up top rather than behind the net. And that kind of changes the dynamic of things a little bit with two people behind and brings in a low play, gives you an opportunity to get the ball into the middle facing that way, rather than having the guy in the middle have to turn around and get it from upfield. He's getting it from downfield, but they're executing this really well. Okay, that's one way to get possession.
Possession for Champlin Park. Roberts lost it, and then picked up by Ryan Madden. Madden missed on the pass to Olsen. Savini trying to track it down. He gets knocked off the ball nicely. Good play defensively by Alex Sewell, able to move it up to midfield. Ball loose again, then picked up by the Tornadoes. Here's Billahus. And Forrester lost it. And taken back by Champlin Park and Alexander Hall.
Good aggressive D by Champlin Park there. Caused that turnover. It wasn't a stick move, just a real presence that he's coming at you, and you don't have time to really think, and you didn't catch it clean. But they got it back again on turnover. Oh.
Pass in front, missing point blank was Abler. Got a good setup from behind the net on the pass from Forrester, but Abler not able to connect that time. Olsen will put it back into play for the Tornadoes. Olsen pass out. Billahus fires and scores.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about them there Tornadoes, John. They can shoot the ball. Oh my gosh, look at this. He just got it. Almost kind of a hold in tight rip. He didn't get it spread out or his arms really out there, but he got enough coming through. And kind of a short swing there. Just a real nice shot right on the money.
Billahus, who had 2 assists, Dan, with his first goal tonight.
I think they got in front of the goalie, too. I don't think the Champlin Park goalie saw the ball coming in at all.
The face-off win for Anoka, but then West couldn't gain control, and so it's over to Champlin Park. Might pick it up. Thomas Hall back behind the net, comes around. The whistle, and we get a timeout for Champlin Park. 6:49 to go here in the second quarter.
Okay, good call by Coach Blazer. Got the ball, possession inside the Anoka attack zone, so he's going to settle it down. I would imagine he's going to drop a couple opportunities here, a couple plays maybe that they can work through, and based on what he's seen of Anoka's defense. They have been a little over-aggressive and leaving a backside open there. They looked at it twice, and I like the way Feldstein is moving. Maybe set up something for him to isolate him and get him on a dodge to come in, because he's 3 good dodges there. He scored on one of them, and I mean, that's the way to go here. So we'll see if they set that up. I really like the way that Anoka has just adjusted too. They've reset their attack format from the first quarter to the second quarter, and it's been almost flawless. In fact, they've had more turnovers, I think, in the second quarter here than they did in the first quarter. But they're still not suffering a lot of consequences about it, although it will be duly noted by the coaching staff.
Micah Chamberlain is going to come in, the junior, and replace Cody Iserman in goal for Champlin Park.
Well, he's a returner. He had a 2-7 record last year with a 7.62 goals against and a 63% save percentage, which is a very good save percentage for lacrosse. Anytime you're over 60%. So got him in the game now. Maybe that'll solidify that back door.
Sauve for Champlin Park.
Oh my.
Got the pass off. Now we get the whistle, and penalty called here against Anoka's Ryan Madden right there. Or there.
Okay, push from behind with possession. All right, Rebels 30-second man advantage here. Let's see if they can move around and find the open guy.
Pass back behind the net, comes out. Good work here, Sauve. Got the pass across to Feldstein.
Down low. It's open down low. You found him?
In front, a shot and a stop made by Jordan, point blank on Blake Lowry.
Good setup, though. They found him. They found the open guy back there. You know, just the goalie stepped up good and made a nice save.
And Jordan with a great pass ahead to Nye. Nye is loose and fired wide of Chamberlain. It's over to Champlin Park.
Nice play by Farber there, and got the open guy there, and just a good opportunity. But maybe at that point you go down low and bounce it through, find the opening between the legs because they can't get that basket down quick enough from that large.
Turnover, and it's right to Olsen, and he buries it. Preston Olsen takes advantage. The open net there for Champlin Park. They score the 11th Tornadoes goal of the game.
Just a quick move here, just a bad turnover, and just gets Olsen. Then you do not want him in all alone on your goalie. He can put the ball away. Nice play. Rough start for Chamberlain here. He gets their top scorer on him, all by himself. My gosh.
First goal tonight for Olsen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Had an assist on the last goal by Billahus, but that's his first goal. And a clean win for Wegman. Can't pick it up, though. Olsen trying to get it, has a stick whacked out of his hands. Folds, or rather Sewell unable to track it down. It's at the sideline. And it's possession for Champlin Park. Goes to Roberts. Back to Thomas Hall. Hall across. Peterson was broken up by Wesp. Wesp battling himself for control. Finally
give me that thing.
Possession. Good pass in front. And Forster just missed on Olsen cutting on the other side. That would have been a nice little passing play, but unable to connect. Was Forster to Olsen.
That would have been a nice tic-tac-toe goal.
Possession here for the Rebels. It's over 5 minutes to play here in the first half of play. Trying to pass through, and they do to Feldstein. Feldstein's pass a little bit behind his teammate Denzer. Can't gain control, folds, and it's over to Anoka.
Don't make that pass underhanded. Boy, you had an opportunity there. Just switch hands, go to your left side, and you're in on the goalie, take your shot. Even if it's not as strong as your right-hand side.
Be more selfish that time. Take it yourself.
Go ahead, Mike. Heck, go ahead and take the shot. You're in.
Wigman. In comes Olsen. Trying to dodge past Lee. Those two battle after it, back behind the Rebels' net. Chamberlain comes into the play.
Nice play by Lee there.
And gets it across. The Rebels trying to move up the field, and they do. Good pass in front. Folds is open, and he scores. There's a nice rush up field, and then the feed to Folds, who was in alone. When the junior attack gets the goal, but Chamberlain, the goalie, coming all the way upfield on that one,
And he should
gets
have
the assist.
He should have an assist on that. I love it. That's what I like about Lacrosse. Nice play by Chamberlain too. If you're not going to cover me, fine. I'll take it and burn you. Just make sure you make a good pass, or you can get a good shot on goal. Goalies can't shoot on other goalies and score. So nice play by Chamberlain there. Just used his head and saw when he was just drawing people to him that had an open player there.
Rebels' second goal here in the second quarter to make it 11-3. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Possession for Anoka. Back behind, it's Olsen. Forrester winds up and fires wide.
Sometimes that sidearm shot will kind of swing for it. It'll start right and it's got to start veering left again. And sometimes in that situation, you want it to go totally overhand when you take the shot.
Nye for Forrester, takes a little bump and missed on the pass.
Yeah, I like that.
Came back to Nye. Make them uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, just kind of alter their stance or balance, and it throws passes off, throws shots off.
Forrester for Nye, winds, and Chamberlain with a big stop. How about that?
Nice save, nice save. Beautiful outlet pass, wonderfully done. Look at this.
Here come the Rebels on the move. Denzer to the net and bounced it just wide. Chased down, though, back behind the goal by Feldstein. Now to Denzer. Denzer moving in, bits a pass, and then fanning on him, losing the ball was Scheinhaus as he took a hit. And picked up by Anoka's Brady Kuda. Kuda released the pass. Ahead it comes. Larson got it to Wegman. And Wegman will release the pass to Olsen. Back to Billahus. And the Tornadoes will set up here. Just over 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Billahus across to Forrester behind the net. Olsen. Savini. Billahus. Side of the net, and there's Olsen who popped out from behind the goal on Chamberlain's right and put it back behind Chamberlain for the goal. Look at this again.
That D has got to be on the corner of that net and have their head on a swivel to make sure he doesn't sneak in behind him, and Olsen saw that. He got open right away. Beautiful pass down low. Got it off to the left side, and he just buries it. Champlin D a little too far out front. They would need to be a little bit closer to those posts on either side of the goal.
Olsen's goal making it 12-3 with 1:54 to go in the half. Abler to Olsen. He'll fire another one. Past Chamberlain, out of play, still with Anoka. Chandler Forrester. And off to Billahus, right side. Looks toward the bench. We'll see how they set this up. Savini back to Olsen, to Forrester. Just working that perimeter. Billahus. Run some more clock. 1:20 to go here in the half. Billahus on the pass came out in front. Abler with it. He has passed too high for Savini. But again, the Tornadoes closest to the ball as it goes out. They'll have possession here.
The question was that a shot or was it a pass? Because if it was a pass, it should be.
Right, it should have been over to Champlin. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Forrester got blocked on that last one, able to chase it back down. Got it to Billahus. Savini back to Billahus with under a minute to go in the half. Olsen, dangerous, falls down here, takes a whack. And okay, able to keep possession, came back out to Billows.
Hey, 2 hands, look at that, Jerry.
40 seconds to go. Yeah, it's too high. Madden to Billahose. But okay, again, chasing it down. Forster scooping it up. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. Forster had it knocked away there by Folds, or by Solvay rather. Pass in front, a lot of traffic there. Finally releasing the shot, but wide was Billahose.
It's amazing what happens when the Rebels get aggressive and start hitting them hands and them sticks. And they're getting body on body. All of a sudden, Anoka ain't that smooth anymore.
And the half will come to an end. Anoka, second quarter, about the same as the first. They control play pretty much from start to finish, and they take a 9-goal lead into halftime.
They're showing that state tournament ability there. They're showing elite capability there. Good skill play, good ball movement, and most importantly, John, good movement within the field, changing the areas of attack and finding the open person. They've done just a marvelous job at that, and a well-deserved 12-3 lead.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more action tonight from Champlin Park High School. Our score at halftime: Anoka 12, Champlin Park 3. You're watching high school lacrosse on CCX.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
It's a ground for a Friday night in our high school lacrosse tonight. Anoka leading Champlin Park by a score of 12-3. And highlights from the first half can take long for the Anoka Tornadoes to get going and win the opening draw. And 40 seconds later, Ali Nye scores the first of his 2 first quarter goals. And Anoka was off and running. They scored 3 goals in the first 89 seconds. Physical play at times in this first half as well. Great goal there from Chandler Forrester, the first of his 2 that he scored back-to-back in the opening quarter. Champlin Park got on the board late. That was their first goal, came with just over 2 minutes to play. Nick Feldstein scoring, but Anoka right back on the attack in the second quarter. Goal from Judson Abler. Made it 9-2. Good setup there for Joey Folds to score. And then we get to halftime with a 9-goal margin for Anoka. 12-3 our score. And we'll be back with the second half here on CCX after this timeout.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Great night in Brooklyn Park for high school lacrosse, especially if you're an Anoka Tornado player or fan. They lead 12-3 here against the Rebels boys. We get ready for the start of the second half.
Well, Champlin's got to buckle down here, John. They just got to start, first of all, being more aggressive on defense. They have nothing to lose now with the score the way it is. I mean, just start going after Anoka and see if they can take them off their game, cause some turnovers, and maybe climb back into it with a few goals. You know, get 2 or 3 here without them being answered by Anoka. Maybe they'll get something going. But right now, they got to change their whole game plan, and they got to start playing way differently than they have been.
Jack Savini with 3 goals in the first half for Anoka. 2 goals apiece for Chandler Forrester, Preston Olson, and also for Ali Nye. Rebel goals for Feldstein. Folds has 2, and then Feldstein had the 1 in the first quarter. And we're underway here in the third quarter. And they're now possessed by Anoka. You can still see that mud causing some havoc here as West slipped. Able to pick it back up under Jurdy. Got it across to Olson. Back to Jurdy. Fires just wide. We've got the roster before tonight's match, and I asked Brad Sundin, which of these players are scratched? Because they had 36 players. Said, oh, none of them. We'll address all of our varsity and JV kids, and you look down on the sideline, they're all there.
It's like they brought a football team over.
Anoka nearly losing possession, but West gets it back to Nye. No hold here. Nye across to Forrester, back for Olson. Savini. So they kind of marking him. Nye with a shot, and a nice save by Chamberlain.
Very nice save by Chamberlain. Another hard shot, got his basket down quickly. And he's made some differences here for the Rebels, but
they can't complete the pass though, and Larson gets it back for Anoka. Now it's Paul Lombard. Pass ahead comes to Wigman. Wigman across, firing Savini just wide.
Sounded like a hit a post. Boy, Savini had plenty of time to wind up here. But nice shot right here. And a nice save. Look at that basket position. Really well played.
Nye passing in front. West turning. And Chamberlain got a piece of that. Now Savini after it. Billahus and Avery Fleischman are going to come in here for Anoka. Cole Peterson for Champlin Park, along with Thomas Hall. And a foul on Disarud for Champlin Park. That's our first foul of the night, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it is.
Anoka's had a couple. Missed pass there to Billahus, but comes back out to Nye.
Connor, we gotta help in now. Help in.
Nye to the side of the missed. Trying to connect with Olson on that pass.
And that'll be Champlin Park possession. So
just an opportunity there for the Tornadoes. Possession for the Rebels. Long pass ahead by Sewell. Goes deep. Who's going to win to the race to the ball there? And Gurkowski trying to get after it. Battle for Champlin Park. Denzer got knocked down.
That'll be a push from behind without possession. So that'll be a Champlin Park ball. And they've killed off the. No, they haven't quite killed off the penalty yet, but here you got to hold on. Oh boy.
Peterson goes down along with Gurkowski. This one Whistled against Anoka again, and the man up here for Champlin Park.
And in a minute now, then Champlin's going to have a man up. And they got the ball in the attack zone.
All right, Disru still off for the Rebels. Sauve skips past West. Shot as he was falling down by Lowry, went wide, and it's a turnover. It's over to Anoka.
All the good news here, the penalty's over for Champlin Park, so they'll have a man advantage here. I would expect, hopefully, they get 2 guys on the ball here.
West, a little strong run upfield.
Nice clear by West, John, the best clear ball. It's just take it yourself if you can.
And a timeout here taken by Anoka. Just over 3 minutes played here in what has been so far a scoreless third quarter.
It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Why call that timeout? Things seem to be going good. Of course, they've had a little bit of trouble here in the second half as far as, they have turned the ball over a little bit. I think they're rushing it a little bit. Trying to open up like they did, beginning of the game, John, when they pumped in like 3 in like a minute and a half, So we'll see if Anoka comes out and also put some substitutions in, see if we get some more guys some playing time here. We were commenting on the football team's highs that they have on the sidelines here, and see who they put in.
Possession for the Tornadoes, Holly Nye.
Now, bear in mind, they're a man down right now. Imagine they'll try to just kind of hold on to it and run that time off so they can get the extra player out here soon. All right, there we go.
Nye able to get it across to Lombard, and a shot from in front. Chamberlain get a piece of that again. He has played pretty steady in net since he came in.
Yes, he has.
Had an assist as well on a goal. Now Savini back into play to Olsen. Back to Nye. Anoka's back at full strength. Nye to Forrester, back to Nye, fires. Chamberlain with another stop. Chased down by Wigman. Wigman slips, lost the ball, picks it back up. Off for Nye. Pass in front, turning and firing Savini for the goal.
Savini finding the open seam again. Gets it and just turns and does a complete whip around shot that beats Chamberlain, who, John, as you said, just watch this whip play. He just rips it, gets the whole body into it. Really tough for Chamberlain on that one. Like you said, John, he's done a good job coming in and playing goaltender for the Rebels here. But, when Jack Savini gets loose there, smack in the middle, about 15 feet in front, your chances aren't real good of stopping that ball at all. He's done a great job of getting loose and open for the Tornadoes and open that middle for them to use as a scoring tool.
Savini's fourth of the night. Nye with his second assist to go along with 2 goals. Now at the 10-goal margin now for Anoka.
Honestly, Jam made a change there. They let the long stick midi, number 7, Thomas Hall, take that face-off, try to get something changed up, see if they can get 1-1. It was a good battle. They didn't win it clean.
It's back to Billahus. Billahus to Forrester. Comes to Savini, fires high into the net and scores.
Nice save here by Chamberlain first, but Longstick can't find the ball, and Savini absolutely finds it. And of course, oh, hi there.
Savini, 2 goals, 36 seconds apart here in the third quarter.
Yeah, the one thing I've really been impressed with Anoka, John, you know, one of the things that the kids from Minnesota, one of the big criticisms we've had from the East Coast college teams is that our kids don't shoot well enough, don't have enough velocity. And I think the Tornadoes tonight are kind of dispelling that little notion real quick. They've had high velocity, accurate, on-the-money shots.
Hall trying to battle for possession win for Champlin Park. And they do have it now. Disrude able to get the pass off. Now it's Denzer on the run. Denzer took a whack from Kuda, but still has it and gets it back out high in the pass to Disrude.
Hey, you're hot, Larson, you're hot. You're 2, PJ. Run, hey, on him, PJ, on him, PJ.
On a Disrude. Oh, right at the side of the net was Feldstein and couldn't come up on that catch of that pass. Anoka has it. And out come the Tornadoes. Abler. Long pass ahead. Nicely connects with Olsen. Olsen just missed to Savini. Took a late hit as well.
I think they're going to call a slash here. I think on Feldstein. I'll have to go for the turn. Yeah, Feldstein's already in the box. Ooh, we got 2.
2 because the late hit there from Sewell. And Feldstein also off.
Right when you hear a slide, you're going to the next guy. But you're staying on him like you're on ball. Okay? Play like you're on ball.
So we'll see what Anoka can do here. Olsen. Wigman back to Nye. Forster to Nye. Wigman shot, partially blocked, and then whistled wide by Billahus.
This is a tough situation for the Rebels here, down 2 right now.
Olsen to Nye, back out high. Nye shot away in a goal.
Yeah.
Nye set up by Wigman.
Nice setup over here. Nice. He's got plenty of room, and what the heck, as long as I can let it go as hard as I can. You know, D's got to step up real tight on that and get on the hands. Don't let him wind up with arms full extended there. But Tornadoes have been smart enough to see it and take advantage of it, especially from outside the middle there, and done a good job of putting the ball away.
And a face-off win for Anoka. West with it. Shot away. Chamberlain makes the stop. Comes back out to West. Shot fired wide. Out of play by Nye. Olsen. Back to Wigman. Now Forster sets it up in front, and a shot. That one slipped past Chamberlain and in for Ryan West.
There's a good one. A nice bounce shot there. Really well done here. Nice pass right here into the middle. And just a good bounce shot that Chamberlain got a piece of. He just couldn't quite get all of it. And slipped it between his legs. Just a little bit on the right side of the basket. Didn't quite get enough of it to stop it from going in. But nice play. Again, coming through. Cutter again for the Tornadoes. They're really good at it. And putting it away.
There's a face-off and win for Anoka. I'd say, Dan, they've had at least, what, 70%, 75% probably on those face-offs?
I'd say more like 90%. It's not been a good night for the Rebels in the face-off.
Chamberlain able to make that stop on the high shot that came in from Judson Abler.
We'll see what he does now. Just see if nobody comes to him. Yeah, what the heck? Why not?
Get an assist already tonight. This one turned over. Now it's going to go back to Champlin Park again.
Anoka long stick, got a stick on it, couldn't quite scoop it, and drove it out of bounds, so Rebels get it.
Folds with it. Folds with the pass. Unable to connect to Link there, and turned over to Anoka. Larson back for Lombard. Lombard floats a pass across to Larson. And on the run goes Nye. Nye to Forster. Billahus with it.
Play your D guy like you're on ball all the time.
Billahus to Olsen, fires wide.
Okay? Just make sure you're tight.
Out of play, still Anoka possession. Savini will put it back into play.
It's fun watching Chamberlain here. He's really dexterous with that basket. He not only is moving his body down, but that basket can go up or down on a moment's notice. He's just real agile.
Savini gets it in tight and goes up high with a shot on goal. Assist to Preston Olsen. Savini's 6th of the game, the 3rd here in this quarter.
You can see him come out front here, and just goes to Olsen, then back to Savini here, coming from behind, and just finds the upper part of the net here and just rips it by Chamberlain. I think I almost jinxed Chamberlain there, John, trying to compliment him how dexterous he was, but Savini's been deadly from there. You just don't even think about stopping it unless he throws it right into you. He hasn't missed much.
Olsen, a couple of assists tonight to go on with his 2 goals. Savini with 6 goals, as I mentioned. And yet another face-off win for the Tornadoes. Madden controlling, really battling Sauve there for it. And finally coming out is Zachary Zaborowski. Pass in front, Wasp, shot one wide.
And we got another penalty. That going on Sauve.
Timeout taken by Anoka.
Still taken by the Tornadoes prior to the timeout. A 1-minute personal foul called on the Rebels for 25. Zach Sauve. 1 minute for.
Sauve's going to get a. Oh boy.
Well, Champlin Park late here in the 3rd quarter. Haven't scored yet in the 2nd half. All 5 goals so far here in the 3rd quarter put on the board by the Tornadoes.
Really haven't had the ball that much, and when they have, it's kind of been a bit of a turnover fest here as the Anoka defense got a little aggressive on them. But tough night for the Rebels here. It's just not clicking in any way, shape, or form. And I got to tell you, the bright spot for them has been Chamberlain in goal. I mean, he's not only shut down some of the shots there, except when he's all alone, but he's also increased their clear. And breaking out in the way, he's taking advantage of it. Even got an assist on it. But again, I think Anoka is better than people have given them credit for so far this year. I think this is a really, really good lacrosse team, worthy of top 10 status in the state standings here by Min-Laxub and Minnesota State High School League. So we'll see how this affects it as they move on. I would expect here in the next week they're going to start getting some recognition as some of the teams in the 10 start falling a little bit too.
Out of the timeout, Anoka man up here. Olsen to Wegman to Nye. Fleischman back in the front. Olsen rips a shot, and it's in.
Nice play up the middle here, right in the center, and Olsen fully extended, just rips it, gets it in the net. We all thought it missed, but hit that net, no problem.
Olsen's third goal of the game. Tommy Hall and Hunter Jurdy here on this face-off. Real good battle. Finally, the ball pops out of there. And Avakovsky gets it ahead, and that's the end of the third quarter. Anoka scores all 6 goals put up in the third. Now as we go to the fourth, our score, Anoka 18, Champlin Park 3. I'll return with the fourth quarter on CCX after this. Set to start the fourth quarter. Anoka leading Champlin Park 18-3 now. 6 goals by the Tornadoes there in the third. Savini with 3, Nye, Wesp, and Olsen 1 apiece. And you like the way Anoka works. Dan, 5 of those 6 goals. There's an assist led directly to the goal. That was the case, most of the second quarter as well. 5 of their 6 goals in the second quarter was the same deal.
And if you look at it too, look at how many different guys have got goals in the game too versus, one person or per se of that. So
8 different goal scorers tonight. And they win a possession to start the fourth quarter. Samuel Heinrich is number 10. Got it in front quick on another pass and then into the net by Fleischman. And that did not take long. 13 seconds to be exact. Fleischman gets his first.
Anoka pretty
look
much
at this
making
teamwork
some
again.
Yeah, look at the nice play right there. Coming across. And just rips it in the upper part of the net. And now we're seeing some other players get a chance to play here for Tornadoes. Given by the coach. This is also a good time now for doing some, learning, getting some other guys some experience here.
We'll go over to Champlin Park. Derek Roberts will put it in play here for the Rebels. Rebels with Cole Peterson. Goes deep to Denzer. Denzer will make a little run with it here. Denzer will come in front, lost the ball. Pushed back ahead. Who's going to gain possession? And Lombard had it for Anoka. A nice play by him to get it back into the middle of the play. Trying to get it to Billahus. Turned back over, though. Rebels have it. Lowry trying to move it ahead. Does get the pass across. And ahead to Denzer. To the middle of the field. There's a stick way up high on Feldstein. And that draws a flag and a penalty. Look at it again. That's a stick from Lombard. Gets up high and right to the head.
I was kind of looking here, John, and I have been putting my foot in my mouth most of the night. Anoka is rated number 8 in the state in the top 10 right now. So
they are getting a little recognition.
I was wrong. I thought they were a well-kept secret. By gosh.
Let's see what Champlin Park can do here. Man up. Penalty whistled actually against Joshua Larson there on that last play, not Lombard. And it's Lombard actually with it now for Anoka as Champlin Park turned it over. The goalie Jordan getting it ahead for Wesp. Wesp running through traffic. Here's Ryan Wesp still with it. And that'll be content to give the pass off. Zaborowski at the pass. Savini holding left side. And back out it comes to Billahus. In front, shot. No, got blocked. And get a whistle.
Good stick work there by the Rebels. Getting the chop blocked and taking a little bit off it from a hand shot, so good play by them.
Everything we got, attack. 8 minutes left. Everything we got.
8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And foul against the Rebels. It whistled against Connor Hammer Campiton. So Anoka man up. Billahus. Back out, Nye. Olson, back out it comes to Nye. To Wigman, back to Nye. They work it to Forrester. In front for the cutter, a shot away, and the save made. A good stop.
Very nice save by Chamberlain.
Fleischman. And Chamberlain made the stop on him. Now Chamberlain will release the long pass. That's a goal against Champlin Park. Unfolds. Anoka get possession back again.
Well, Chamberlain would have been much better served there, just running it out and trying to get it going. Of course, when you're man down, you want to throw it down there and make him come back, but didn't quite work out very well.
Chamberlain making a stop. Here's a shot away by Wigman that gets blocked. Comes back out. Fleischman to Wigman. And Nye to Billahus. Another whistle. to go over to Champlin Park. Chamberlain. The long pass ahead, a little bit too high, was knocked down by Larson there near midfield, picked up by Hanai. The stick up in that area there. You see the flag. Nye coming, turns, fires, misses. And now we'll get the penalty in Champlin Park.
Call the slash on. What's going off?
Slash on the Rebels. Right.
Yeah,
there.
that would merit it, definitely. They don't know if they got the right guy though.
No, it looked like it was Hall there, and it's Shinost who's taking the penalty. Oh no, they're both going. So there must have been a second penalty call that we did not see.
I mean, unsportsmanlike there too. Just slight disagreement with the call, but Hall got it right into the helmet chops, and you definitely can't do that.
Abler. They'll restart it here. Billahoo's dropped it. Abler trying to work back in to gain possession. Ball still loose and scooped up. No, Abler can never get possession. It's out of play. And a turnover for the Tornadoes.
Right by the back there. All I ask is that you guys listen. Red, give us some more, Red.
Hall put it back in play. Alexander Hall. Long pass. Across midfield and picked up by Folds. Folds will stop. Turns back to his right.
And here comes the slide, and then they're going to double team. Nice play. Very nice play to work away from that.
Folds makes a little bump there from Billahoos. Still with it, finally gives it up to Link.
And the penalty's now over. At full strength.
Sauve for Champlin Park. To Disrude. Under 4 minutes to go. Sauve, and he lost it, and Billahoos will scoop it up for the Tornadoes. It's past Sauve. Billahoos is free. Turns, fires, low shot, good stop by Chamberlain. Trying to cover up that ball, and does. Able to keep it away from the Tornadoes. This one lost by Champlin Park at the sideline, though. Anoka will get possession again. So for 3 minutes to go here in the game. Hunter Peterson, sophomore attack, number 28. Zaborowski is number 40, back to Peterson. Peterson pass, shot away, good save by Chamberlain. Makes the stop on Fleischman.
You can see here now, Anoka's got pretty much substitutes in the lineup here. Still working it around, though. That system's well in play here.
Zaborowski back to Jurdy. Zaborowski bounces off a hit, gets a shot away. Chamberlain the save.
There we go. That's the Chamberlain we know and love right there.
On the run, had an assist on a play very similar to this in the first half. That pass. Steck got bumped, and now he's out of the map. And Anoka on the run, trying to connect with the pass. And Anoka can't quite get the passing game going. And finally, Fleischman able to control it for Anoka. Back to Billahoos. Zaborowski trying to get it to Cutter Heinrichs, and it's turned over to Champlin Park. with 1:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Whistle.
Have a push there without possession. Possession goes back to Champlin.
Folds to Denzer. And the save made by Matthew Jordan. Quick pass off. Larson ahead. A couple of nice passes there. A shot away, and Chamberlain making the stop on Osseo, taking the pass from Heinrichs. Back come the Rebels. Borowski putting a check there on Peterson. A little physical here late. Peterson still with possession here. Makes another little hit there near midfield from Hunter Peterson.
Boy, Peterson took a beating there, but
yeah,
my God, he got it up the field. As he runs off, just exhausted here.
Denzer couldn't connect on the shot. Final seconds of play here. And the Anoka Tornadoes looking like the 8th-ranked team, if not better tonight. They get 3 goals very, very early in the first quarter. They shut out Champlin Park in the second half, Dan, and they win at 19-3.
They really came on. They started with their game plan of let's get them down early and, really step on the gas and kind of get them on their back step and then never let them back up again, John. Just a great job possessing and winning faceoffs. Oh, my gosh. They just would not let Champlin Park win a faceoff, and they get constant control, so they got a good chance to build a lead. So looking every bit the 8th-rated team in the state right now. And Champlin Park, well, got some things to work on. I mean, they played one of the better teams in the state and early in the season, and they can build on this. The thing you can do with a loss like this is you learn, and they can figure some things out if they look at some tape here. So hopefully they'll improve off this, won't demoralize them, let them come back and fight another day.
9 different goal scorers for Anoka. Jack Savini with 6 to lead the attack tonight for Anoka. Well, that'll do it for our telecast tonight here from Champlin Park High School. And for Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in. Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Lacrosse on CCX. Our final score, Anoka remains unbeaten in this first week of the season. They defeat Champlin Park 19-3.